the general idea of confidential commercial information, there's a worldwide definition, and there more or less is one. It was repeated earlier by my co-panelist here. I mean, confidential commercial information is information that a company keeps internal, protects, because if it were to release it, it would give a competitive advantage to another company. That, by its nature, is a subjective decision. So you are correct that in the first instance, that decision is up to the company. The company is best positioned to know the competitive environment within it operates. Now, I believe that that judgment deserves some respect. Now, it can be rebutted, okay? It can be rebutted by a factual assertion that you say is confidential, but you released it in a report or in a poster at a symposium last year. So, or it can be rebutted by going and getting experts to talk about the competitive environment which in which the product exists. But absolutely, I mean, the judgment is the company's, because that's what the definition of CCI goes to, the subjective belief of the value by a company of its information.
Who arbitrates between you and the rebutter?
Ultimately, a judge does. But there should be a process where a request comes into a regulator for a clinical study report. Clinical study report is given to a company, and AbbVie will treat it according to these circles, perhaps depending on can we release it with controls. But AbbVie, we will go through, and the first thing we will do is we will circle everything in that clinical study report that we know is already out in the public domain. All the adverse events that are reported in PSURs. All of that information, which is already in the blue, just goes. It's not even in dispute. And then we will look at information that is not in the public, and we will assess whether, under the circumstances, releasing this publicly without any conditions is going to hurt us competitively. We should be able to go back to the regulator and present that version of the document.